Arg! See, that was a hook. But Justin, you wouldn't know anything about that because yours don't perform.
That's fair.
But what overperforms are some of these green cards.
Are some of these green commander cards. If y'all, please watch my shorts. I'm getting flamed in the phased out group chat for my lack of hooks. But I'm going to get better, and I'm going to start to overperform like some of these green commander cards.
Nice. That was nice.
Green, already one of the strongest colors in Commander, especially casual Commander. It has access to so many tools that make a deck hum, like ramp, buffing your creatures, protection, fog, stuff like that. These are some green cards that we think are underplayed and overperform.
What I love about green, too, is I feel like usually we're on the same page, but I feel like when it just comes to green cards, we just don't agree at all, actually.
Yeah,
just at all.
I'm curious to see where we're going to... I already know one card where we're going to go different on, but I'm curious to see what this looks like. Let's get into some of the actual cards here, starting off with an enchantment, 4 and 2 green. Some of these cards are going to cost a lot, but it's green. You can cast these quickly. You should be able to cast them quickly if you're in green. You should be ramping. This enchantment, 4 and 2 green, Lurking Predators. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, you can put that card on the bottom of your library.
Yeah, it's actually just so good. I mean, there's so many cards that have come out in green that is going to allow you to cheat cards out. You know, Web of Life and Destiny just came out in Spider-Man, but this is still just so much better. That only allows you to do it during combat. When you go into combat, this is literally every time your opponents cast a spell.
Any spell. If you're playing against blue players and you're not doing awesome, you're the green player, you're maybe sandbagging a little bit, one crazy stack happens and let's say you're playing a dino deck.
I was just about to say dinos, dragons, anything big expensive creatures.
One crazy stack, your board is
boom
nuts.
Yeah.
And worst case scenario, you're just filtering through lands or cards you otherwise wouldn't have wanted. Because if you don't get a creature, it goes to the bottom.
Yeah, seriously. Especially when you get to that late game, probably when you're going to be playing this anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part about it being in green is you don't have haste, but usually people are casting spells on their turn anyway, so this is going to fill your board. So by the time you get back to it, you're probably going to get space to win.
Totally.
It's just so good.
No summoning sickness. You have great blockers. The card is sub $10. It's $8.50. You were saying Dinos, Dragons. This card is in my Pantlaza and Miram deck.
Also in my Pantlaza deck.
Yep, that's
my Pantlaza is a lot better.
Check out our lists, please. Tell us which one.
Should we have a Pantlaza off?
Because mine is just literally, it's actually probably not as good. But that's okay.
Mine's
that card is crazy.
Yeah, and there's a reason it's in both of them.
Yes. Another great card. I have this, I think I have 2 or 3 copies of this card. I play all of them. I found a spot in them. In all my decks, I can play this Defense of the Heart. 3 and a green. It's another enchantment. During my upkeep, if one of my opponents has 3 or more creatures, I sacrifice this enchantment and I get 2 creature cards. Put them on the battlefield.
Is this not a game changer?
I don't believe this is a game changer.
This should be a game changer. I feel like every time I put this out, you're going to get your 2 best creatures out, and half the time, it's going to be a combo. We both run the same dino combo. It's funny that we're arguing decks, but I mean,
what is that combo? It's Apex, Altasaur, and
Sun Verdant or whatever.
Sunwing, Kinjali Sunwing, the one that only makes your dinos take 1 damage.
Yeah.
It's so nuts.
But there's just so many ways that if you run any type of combo deck, anything with big creatures, every time you're gonna get 2 of those out, you're gonna win. I have this in my Bristly build deck. I'm able to get my 2 best creatures out. I'm pretty much winning on site.
100%. This is a card that I think immediately makes a deck a floor of bracket 3. If you put this in a precon,
this is almost, it's like a double tutor.
Exactly.
This is this thing is absolutely loaded.
100%. It's a double tutor. Any precon you put this in, you can immediately, unless it's in your hand, even if it is, you just get your 3rd best creature. Mm-hmm. You immediately get your combo piece or your best creatures, and you are way ahead.
You could almost argue that this is faster than a regular tutor because depending on the tutor, it's going to go on top of the deck. Mm-hmm. The best tutors, it just goes into your hand, but if you're grabbing something that's 8 mana, you're probably not in a position to play that on the spot. This is early game. You're getting this out turn 3, turn 4. By the time it comes back to you, you already have your 2 best and highest paid mana creatures on the battlefield.
Yeah, 100% Finale of Devastation is a better finisher, but that's an end game card almost exclusively. You could, on turn 4, unless something crazy happened, you're like safe to play this.
Oh, yeah.
Totally safe to relax. And then, yeah, it's a great card. It is a little bit more on the pricey side. I think because it has seen more play with recent reprints and it's so powerful, it's $18.
Do you think this should be a game changer?
I don't. I actually.
I think it's.
It totally could be. It's a tutor. They've put the tutors in the game changer list, and I would argue it's one of the best green tutors.
It is what's your Worldly Tutor?
I would say something.
Worldly Tutor is a game changer.
I would say something like Finale of Devastation might be a little better for the sake of that's like a play card win game, but like this could be too. It should probably be a game changer.
I think it totally is.
Yeah.
And that's why when I was asking him, like, this is a game
How's
changer.
it not?
Why did you put a game changer on the overperforming list? Like, obviously it performs.
Is it? So yeah, I'm 100% sure it's not, but if it is, let us know. Next card, we're gonna take the money requirement down a little bit. I love this card. It does depend on your opponents a little bit. Tempt with Discovery, another 3 green. It's a sorcery, Tempting Offer. So I search my library for a land card, I put it on the battlefield. Then each of my opponents can choose to do so. If they do, I get to search for, again, any land card and put it onto the battlefield.
Yeah, there's a reason this card is cheap. It's not good. We
Unfortunately
play in a pod where people do pay their taxes and they're uneasily, basically coerced into taking Sud, temptations. And so for me, I've played this 4 mana. Nobody ever takes it. I'm now paying 4 mana to play 1 green card. To me, that is a horrendous card. Now, obviously, the potential is there.
It's really
but if you
good
play in a
if they
competitive
take it.
pod, they're gonna pay their taxes. They're not gonna pay.
Well, you think they will. You'd assume so.
You do, and they do. Well, yeah.
A lot will depend on whatever the first person who talks says.
Also true.
Yeah.
You want to know if your pod is competitive? Play Heuristic Study.
Yeah,
play a
play
Smothering
Tempt with
Tide. Play
Discovery.
with Tempt with Discovery. Do they take the bait? Do they pay their taxes? And you'll know immediately.
Yeah, whether they're there to win or have fun.
Yeah. This is a fun card. I just don't think it's an overperformer by any means.
$3 card. I will say it does get blown out if nobody takes the offer. However, I would also say if even one person takes the offer.
There's so many better cards.
If
And
even
just
one
Restoration.
person takes the offer, the floor is like a Migration Path, which is not like an awesome card for sure. But 2 people take the offer, it's great. You could potentially be ahead on mana depending on the lands you get. And if all 4 players take the offer, or all 3 players take the offer, this card is insane. Specifically, why it's an overperformer in my opinion is it says a land card, so it's any land.
It's true.
If you're like
Field of the Dead.
Field of the Dead, like, again, no one takes it. You get Field of the Dead, you get Glacial Chasm, like, you get your like, game-changing
No
land.
land that I personally know of is worth 4 mana to tutor for.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree strongly. Like, Field of the Dead, for example, is such a powerful land. Like,
You need at least 7 lands with different names to get out.
yeah, but if you get your Field of the Dead, that's great. Glacial Chasm, literally a game changer. Like, if you like this just gets you your Glacial Chasm. Not a lot of any land tutors out there. Most of them do require the land to have a basic land type at least, and this doesn't. It's any land. And again, if any of your opponents take it, like, all of a sudden you get out Temple of the False God plus Glacial Chasm plus that one that phases
Temple
stuff
of
out
the False God.
plus
You think
Ancient
it's worth
Tomb.
paying 4 mana to get a Temple of the False God?
To ramp like that is pretty crazy. If you're playing like green with what do you call the Urza or Tron lands? If you're playing green with Tron lands, this gets you Tron. That's you paid 4 for 7 mana plus another land. I just think it's.
I think at least
I
2
think it's
people have to
extraordinary.
take the bait for it to even be close to worth it. I just think 4 mana for either 1 or 2 lands. I'd rather get my guaranteed. I'm playing Entis Restoration. I'm going to go get my guaranteed 3 lands for 3 mana instead of maybe 1 for 4, maybe 2 for 4. I'm a guarantee kind of guy.
I received that. Next card. Does Entish only get basics?
Yeah.
It does. Not my card. Not my overperforming card. That card is only $3 though. Worth a try. Try it out for your pod. Next card. Love this card.
Yeah, we've both. I picked up so many copies of this card.
The special art, we'll put up the special art for this card. It's some like the foil special art of this card is one of my
This
favorite
whole
cards.
set, honestly, just really hit
it
home.
slapped for green,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This card, Terra Symbiosis, 2 and a green. How would you say that actually?
Terra Symbiosis.
Symbiosis. I think that's correct. I just like saying
symbiote. That's what I would.
Yeah. I just like the strength of the symbiosis. Anyway, 2 and a green enchantment. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, you may draw that many cards. Do this only once each turn. $7 for the base version. I find this to be one of the best green draw spells in Commander for sure.
It's definitely one of the best green cards. I'd even argue it might be one of the best draw spell cards in general. Now, it is a little niche because you do
One
need,
of.
Yes,
for
one of,
sure.
One of. It's not the best. Obviously,
yeah.
you got One Ring and some of these other crazy cards, Ristic Study. But when it comes to the niche of 1/1 counters, it's arguably one of the best draw cards. Now, it is unfortunate that it can only do it once each turn, but at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
You have a Mossborn Hydra on the battlefield, you're going to put 1 land down, even if you're not in a landfall deck. 1 land down, if that even goes just from 2 to 4, boom, you now have, that's 4 card draw right there.
Right.
Boom.
Worst case scenario, like you play this for 3 and you get, worst case scenario, assuming it doesn't get removed right away. You play it for 3, a creature gets 1 +1/+1 counter on it, you draw, next turn, only 1, you draw. Still, maybe on somebody else's turn, 1/1 counter. Like, it's possible that you paid 3 for 3 cards within 1 turn cycle, only doing 1/1 counter, let alone, like you said, like landfall decks where you can be putting crazy amounts of counters on something. I have this in my Zaxara deck. Like, I cast 1 X spell.
Ouroboros, same set. That thing with those two compared together,
it's nuts.
Oh my gosh!
You can realistically expect in a synergistic counters deck to be drawing upwards of 3 cards every single time this triggers.
Yeah,
and sometimes like a lot. Like Zaxara, there have been,
I would say 3 is the floor. Like, I've seen it get as high as 5, 10, 20 a turn. Like,
right.
You're really just flying through cards. So I would say, if you're like you said, if it's synergistic, you're running a counters deck. The floor is literally 3, which for 3 mana is bananas.
So good, and it's easy to cast 2 and 1 green. So like I would even say you could play this in 4 color decks. Like, obviously blue has great card draw, white has great card draw, black has pretty solid card draw, but this I think is better than a lot of the good card draw spells.
I don't care how many colors you're running. If you are running a counters
anything
deck,
with counters,
this has to go in it.
Yeah.
It's a must include.
Yeah, even for like if you're building $100 budget deck, that's counters.
It's worth it.
I think $7.
Go find a bunch of 30-cent cards. This is worth it.
Totally.
100%.
Agreed. Great card. Has totally overperformed for me.
Oh, yeah.
In game so far. This is another one. Only 25 cents for this card. It's a little more niche, but not that much, especially for green. It's Monstrous Vortex. 3 and a green, another enchantment. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, discover X, where X is that spell's mana value.
I guess we're really just trying to help out everybody's green, stompy, dino, and dragon decks today, huh?
I mean, they're these overperform so insanely in those decks.
Every time you throw down one of your big dinos, dragons, whatever you got, almost all of them have power 5 or greater. It means you're going to get a second one for free almost every time.
Yes.
Especially Pantlaza, you're discovering twice now.
Totally.
It's crazy.
Even in decks that are not like crazy big creatures, you probably have a some sort of high-end creature curve/amount. And when you cast those, getting anything for free after is just insane value. Like, specifically for Pantlaza and dragons, what I found with this card is I cast my big dragon and I either get a second awesome dragon or I discover into one of my ramp spells. So next turn, I'm even more prepped and ready. Plus I deck thinned. This card, it only being 25 cents is a big reason why I put it on this list, because the impact is tremendous if it works with your creature.
I disagree with you.
Base.
I do think this card is going to be reserved for the stompy decks. I genuinely, how many creatures do you think you really run that are power 5 or greater? When it comes down to it, I think you maybe have 6 to 10, maybe on a non-stompy. I just don't think that's enough to really justify
A spot for
a
this.
full spot for this. So that's where I feel like you really do need to be running something stompy. But again, if you're running green, it's probably going to be pretty stompy. It's probably going to slot just right in there just fine.
And it goes in the decks that it goes in, it is, again, just a crazy card.
The decks that you can slot this into, it's a must. It's an absolute staple. It's arguably one of the best cards in your deck. It just doesn't fit in every deck.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I do believe, yes, it's an overperformer because when it is in the right spot, it just it cranks.
You're saying that because we're going to talk about some of your Bristly Bill cards later.
We sure are. Actually, all of them.
Yeah, so many of these are in that deck. Next card, less than $2, $1.50 on this. It's an instant collective resistance. Came out in Modern Horizons 3. I find this card to be very, very good. It's extremely versatile. So, it has 3 modes. Escalate in a green to pay for each one beyond the first. Destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, target creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn.
Do you think this is better than Force of Vigor?
Yes.
Why?
I think it's more versatile.
Wrong.
I think it's way more versatile.
Wrong.
You can. The reason I think this card is a crazy overperformer is because I'm personally often tempted. We both believe in playing removal. Like you should play
A
interaction
lot of
removal
it too, yes.
in your decks.
We easily run the most removal of everybody I know.
For sure.
By far.
And this card feels like I'm always hesitant to play like Nature's Claim, for example, which is just destroy target, I think, artifact. It might be enchantment artifact. They gain 4 life. I'm always hesitant to play that because it just does the one thing. Like, it can so easily be a dead card in my hand or not super impactful. But the fact that this can do that for the same price, or
I like that take.
Yeah, or it
This gives
also
you the
works as,
versatility,
yeah,
especially
protection.
with green not having has a lot of artifact enchantment removal, but then also the ability to protect your creatures. There is a good amount of protection in green,
But not a lot
this
does
gives
both.
you both. Yeah, so it really gives you that versatility and option. I do think cards like Force of Vigor are better just because you can play them for free, and you're going to get rid of 2 things for free. So obviously that's better, but honestly, at the end of the day, you should definitely just be running both.
Yeah, I mean, it's $1.50. Like, if you're on a budget, I think this is worth the extra $1 to pay to just kind of level up a play versus a
For
basic like Tamiyo's Safekeeping or Nature's
Because
Claim.
Force of Vigor is what, $12, $11?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good card. We're gonna go into. I put these cards in the honorable mentions just
I think
because
we disagree with all 4 of these.
I mean, the
Not
only
to interrupt
reason
you, I'm just so mad that this is just such a bad list.
the only reason I put them in honorable mentions is because they're literally so expensive. Like, these cards are overperformers in that they are so good, win you games, but like, if you're on any sort of budget, this is gonna take up a lot of it. A lot of these cards also, like, you've been working on your Bristly Bill deck for like months. Yeah, 30 months.
Well, I mean,
there was a time when it had
prices of
190 cards in the list. You're down to 106. But
108, but
yeah,
Discount.
these cards are just great in, I think, almost any green deck, especially landfall decks. Like, any decks they really synergize with, they go crazy. So first one, it's a $40 card, but it's so good. Not a lot of people know about this card.
it's crazy
because it's a jumpstart card. Scythe Cat
It's
Club.
one of the best people. Everyone knows about Bristly Bill. This is literally Bristly Bill, but arguably better because it comes with trample. First of all, you can't double. Now, this is a better as a standalone card. I think Bristly Bill makes a better commander simply because of the ability to double counters.
Right.
That pay to need, that extra ability really makes a commander better. But this comes preloaded with trample, but it does the same thing. You're adding +1/+1 counters. And from the second time it resolves, you get to double counters. And on top of that, it doesn't even have to be this creature. It's any creature. You can choose the target. Now, why I so disagree with you, I think this card is worth every piece of value when it comes to $40. It's non-legendary. You can copy the hell out of it. What's the one where it's 2 mana, you can bestow it, and then it creates all those copies?
Oh, Springheart Nantuko.
Dude, you Springheart
that could have been on this
Nantuko,
list.
you put that on Skycat the Cub, it absolutely will win you the game. It's going to be over by next turn. It goes crazy. So because you have that ability to copy this, and that's not legendary, it's genuinely one of the best cards in green.
Yeah.
2 mana.
It's nuts. Like, even, obviously this is way better in a landfall deck, but in green, like, you usually play 1 or 2 lands. You can play 2 lands multiple turns in a non-landfall deck. The card is just insane. Any +1/+1 counter deck, even if it's not land focused, I think this should go in.
100%.
It goes crazy. I never even thought about that clone method that you talked about.
That's the main reason I run Sky the Cat. I try to clone it every time because now you're getting so many 1/1 counters.
Yeah.
And on top of that, once that second one hits, you have doubles across the board, and you could just keep doubling one or everything.
Totally. I'm thinking about
Crazy.
I think it's IEC decks. It's the blue. It's a Simic one that cares about lands, and blue has tons of clones.
This is a combo card.
Yeah.
Standalone, it's amazing, and maybe that's the whole point of the list. The overperformers.
They overperform.
But to me, when you pair stuff up with it, it does overperform.
Yeah.
It's not a standalone, oh my gosh, win you the game. But man, when you get the right combo, you're winning the game.
And there is something about like I said, I was surprised. There's just not a lot of people who know about this card because the set it comes from wasn't heavily bought or opened or drafted. It's a jumpstart card. There's something that's really fun about playing a sick card that people don't see very often until they play you and they're like, whoa, what does that do?
I didn't even know people didn't know about this because I've known about it for so long. I thought this was just a green staple.
Well,
you
I mean, it is a
informing
great
me
card.
right now is crazy. This is so good.
It is a great card.
Fellas, you need to update your catalog on the cards you know because there's no way you shouldn't know about this.
Yeah, no way. I'm pretty sure people don't know about it, but they're going to tell me in the comments. Next card. Oh, baby.
You stop it. I'm going to introduce this one
Yeah.
because we always argue.
I only put this on the list for you.
Ouroboros, 2 green, 2 colorless. At the
$40
beginning,
US.
It's true. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control where X is this creature's power. It's by far one of the best green cards in green.
Yeah, I will say, we so vehemently disagreed on it. I didn't think it was, awful, but I certainly didn't think it was very good. You have for sure educated me and turned me around on it being at least good.
Oh,
but
gosh.
in a singleton format, this card is crazy and constructed. They're standard decks that are just all based around this card. It's one of the meta decks right now. It's very good. In a singleton format, it's still good. It's still good, but I just don't think it's crazy like you do.
When I play my Bristly Bill deck on Arena, and I think this card can be slotted into so many more decks than just Bristly Bill.
Oh, yeah.
But just for any deck that you can put counters on creatures, this is by far the best. You pair this up with Terra Symbiosis, you're easily going to draw 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 cards.
100%.
You add in Bristly Bill, every time a land falls, you're going to throw it on Ouroboros, and all of your creatures just get that much bigger and better.
Mm-hmm.
This card absolutely is ridiculous, and it doesn't do it on next turn. It doesn't do it at the end of combat. It does it right there on the spot at the beginning of combat.
That was huge for me.
That really just makes this thing go crazy. I tutor for this. This is the first card I tutor for every time I play Bristly Bill.
Mm-hmm.
If this gets on the board every time in MTG Arena, I haven't really got to play with it in a 4-person yet, so we'll see how it does there.
Mm-hmm.
But when I put this on the battlefield in Bristly Bill on MTG Arena, if it doesn't get removed, I win by next turn every time.
Mm-hmm. The when we had been talking about this card when Edge of Eternities came out, the part of it happening at the beginning of combat was huge for me to be like, oh, this is a really good card. It's a great card. It's a great card for all the reasons you said. Even if you're not a counters deck, even if you're just a buff deck or you play anything that buffs a creature, this puts the counters on your other creatures equal to its power. So you don't have to put counters on this. If you put an aura on it that gives it +2, whatever, that's going to buff all your other creatures by 3. It's just, it is really good. It's much better in go wide decks, but green tends to do that.
If you have anything that has trample,
it's a great
or
card.
You're going wide, it doesn't really matter, actually.
It's a great card. I'm wrong. It's
so
an
good.
overperformer. It's great.
Yeah.
It's really good. I'm like, what can I say that's negative? Nothing. I guess it's 4 mana to cast and has no evasion, but that's irrelevant to why it's an overperformer.
So you're admitting it's an overperformer?
It's great. It's a great card. You're right. I'm wrong.
It doesn't feel genuine.
No, it's
I
true.
don't like it.
It's true. I haven't made any arguments to say it's not an overperformer, and I don't think there really are many aside from the fact that it's easily removable. I find
So
that
many
to be
cards are like that, though.
exactly. I find that to be kind of a cheap argument. Dies to Doomblade, yeah.
So do almost every creature. Or
Walking Ballista dies to Doomblade. Actually, No, I'm pretty sure it does. But like, what are people going to say? That's not a good card? No, it's great.
I mean, and this is only a couple landfalls away from truly being not even touchable by Blast Hacked.
Oh yeah, and like
it gets
a
out of
bristly
control
build deck.
super
in your
fast.
bristly build deck, yeah, 100%. It's very good. It's a very good card. It's a mythic rare for a reason. It's an overperformer for sure.
What I find so funny about this next one, the next one is Triumph of the Hordes, is when I was building Bristly Bill, you were literally like, you have no win con. You should add this to your deck. Here's an easy win con. And now here you are, the win con you inserted into my deck is now you are calling an overperformer. Or not an overperformer.
No, I am calling it an overperformer. I'm only
This
putting
is an honorable mention, isn't
yeah,
it?
I'm only putting it in honorable mentions because of the price. That's the only reason these cards
$16,
are
this
in
is
there.
an immediate win.
It's less than Defense of the Heart. I thought Defense of the Heart was less than $10. And then when I looked, I was like, oh shoot, that's way more expensive.
Literally pair this with Ouroboros and you got it done.
This
You
card
gotta
is
win.
just like the reason I put this here instead of things like Crater Hoof Behemoth, which is like also amazing, Overwhelming Stampede.
See, I don't think that one's an overperformer at all.
Right, I think they're like expected performers. This is only 4 to cast, and because it gives your creatures infect, you only have to do 10. It gives them trample, buffs them a little bit, gives your stuff infect. It's a sorcery, so like it's
Trample
somewhat
and infect.
yeah, it's somewhat choreographed is not the word I'm looking for, but it's similar. It's somewhat able to be seen early.
Yeah, because it's a sorcery.
Yeah, telegraphed. It's somewhat telegraphed, but even still.
Doesn't matter. It's got trample and infect. You pair that again with my boy Ouroboros, you're going right through. It's an immediate game ender for whoever's on the other side of that.
Any green deck, like even multicolored green decks, if it has green in it, the strategy is usually involves lots of creatures or lots of big creatures. In both of those strategies, this card will just simply win you the game. It's a
on
game
the
ender.
spot. Dinos, dragons, landfall, anything like that. It's
Elves,
over.
land, yeah.
Voja, over.
Oh my
wraps.
gosh, this would be so annoying in Voja.
Yeah, Manny took it out, thankfully.
Thankfully, gosh, Voja's already good enough. But
So why is, this really isn't, it's expensive, but it's not crazy at $16. Why is it only an honorable mention? Especially when it's a game ender for 4 mana.
Well, I mean, $16 is a lot. It is a lot of money. Also, because there are so many options, not that do infect, but that are similar. The goal is basically to just overwhelm your opponents with what's on the board and do damage to win. This, I think, does it the best, but there are other options that could do it.
Because I would argue this is almost, if not just as good as, I would think of other game enders like Akoma's Will.
Mm-hmm.
This is arguably just as good because you don't get that flying, you don't get the double strike, blah, blah, blah. But now you only need to hit for 10.
I mean, I would say
it moved the bar so much slower.
Yeah, I would say Chroma's Will, though, is also like an overperformer, especially because of the versatility of that. Yeah.
It's funny. I actually always use Chroma's Will for defense and people get real riled up about that.
But the card is great. Like, I really hope they reprint it soon because there aren't that many reprints. They did it's the Fortnite Secret Lair, which I just can't bring myself to play a Fortnite Magic card.
No way.
I'm honestly pretty relaxed with UB stuff, but
getting there.
That's just, it's a little too much for me.
I think, guys, if you're really looking for a win con, you need to end the game. You're looking for a way to just really boost any green deck, anything that's big, splashy, and batty. Just throw this in there. It's going to be really good.
And it's cool. Like, Infect is just not a common win con. So the fact that you can win by Infect is fun.
I think it'll also raise the salt meter with your friends quite a bit.
If you're trying to do that, 100%. It certainly would with me. I do not like playing against Triumph of the Hordes. Last honorable mention I have in here, I need to play this card in more decks. It's always, whenever somebody plays this against me, I'm like, gosh, that card is so cool. Yeah.
Anything with a counter gets trample, and it's going to give you more land cards once that card hits.
It's Kodama of the West Tree. 2 and a green, legendary creature, 3/3 reach, like already sick. Modified creatures you control have trample, so anything that's modified is counters equipment or enchantments, I believe. And whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you search for a basic land, you ramp.
I mean, yeah, this can really just be slotted into anything. I've seen this absolutely go crazy in the Merfolk precon. Seen it go crazy in my Bristly bill. I've seen it go crazy in Dragons. It's just constant. It's going to come at you. It's going to give. I mean, the trample alone.
Yeah.
The trample alone is worth it. Screw just even getting the extra lands, which is obviously a huge perk. But anything that has counters, just being able to give them trample, just gives you an immediate, I'm stomping you out. I'm winning the game.
I think it's $20 right now. I put this in the overperformers because it's like a general value card that you can put in any deck. But in my opinion, it's like the best green one. That's just a green value card at this mana cost. Like, there's Terra Symbiosis, and then but that's kind of specific. I think this is just one of the best, just general ones. You could put it almost anywhere, and it'll be one of the best cards in your deck. You were talking about doing +1/+1 counters and trample. There were some other cards that I wanted to touch on in here that I didn't have in the initial list. Sphere Grid is one of them. Does something similar. It's 1 in a green, so 1 mana less. It's an enchantment. +1/+1 counters. They get trample. This card's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely insane. Again, whenever you can add trample, I think trample, if I had to choose one, especially in green, if you could choose first strike, double strike, menace, haste, I think for me, when it's green, I'm going to always choose trample. How can I give my big stompy boys that trample? Once you have trample, usually the game is pretty close to being over. And then this is just going to give those creatures extra counters. It's going to give them reach and trample. It just gets really hot and really messy really fast.
I think the thing that makes this card extra special is that first part. It's that when this can put the counters on it. Green has a lot of payoffs for counters, but usually they're just payoffs. Or they're just putting counters. So Ouroboros just puts the counters. Terra Symbiosis is the payoff, but they don't do both. This gives you two. It puts the counter on it and provides the payoff with the reach and trample.
And again, trample is just so good. So, I mean, for me...
For 2 mana.
All for 2 mana. For me, again, I think it's going to be that trample. I think that's why I like Kodama of the West Tree. I really like that trample being added to my creatures. It just makes your creatures so much better when you're getting ready to swing. It just gives you so much versatility in what you're really going to be able to do.
Oh, yeah. And then you talked about this one earlier too. I don't remember what the arena version is called.
It's something crazy.
Something crazy.
Well, it is a different name. Yeah,
but it's Web of Life and Destiny. 6 and 2 green. We only started phased out in like September of 2025. Hasn't been that long. It's been so fun though. Like one of our first like big TikTok posts was just a photo of this card in like spoiler season. But it's so sick. 6 and 2 green with Convoke, very important. At the beginning of combat on your turn, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You can put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield, and you put the rest on the bottom.
It's so good. I mean, cheating cards is just always going to dominate, and two, with that Convoke being there, usually you're able to get this out for probably around the 3 to 4 is usually where I find myself really getting this out. Being that 8 can usually, get maybe around 4, I would say 4 creatures to help pay for this. And then once you're at that point, I mean, you're just getting free creatures. And what I love is it's going to do it that turn on the spot. You're going to immediately start getting those free creatures.
Immediate value, yeah. I have found that the ability to look through your deck, like those first few cards, I found that to be getting better and better and better. Lots of really good cards they're printing these days are like, look at the top X cards, choose one. Like the custom filtering to get your best thing is so good. I don't think it's as good as Defense of the Heart.
I don't, not at all.
But it is.
And I don't even think it's as good as Lurking Predators, but I still think, especially for $1.35, it's an unbelievably good card.
Yeah, very cool budget card for sure. Any others that you want to add in here?
Not particularly. I always think Green Sun Zenith needs to get mentioned more. I think Awaken the Woods especially on landfall decks is just so good. Again, that's a really expensive card though. Awaken the Woods is 20 to 40. It's somewhere in that range. But just getting all those lands, but then they're also creatures. It's just going to double and quadruple all of those landfall triggers. So I think that card is just ballistic. And then again, green just has so many ways to just put creatures, just
Green is just so strong
Yeah.
in casual commander, especially.
Yeah.
Green is just so strong.
And so, yeah, I think Green Sun Zenith, and I think it's Nature's Rhythm or I think it's Nature's Rhythm. That's the other one. It's just 1 extra mana. Getting a tutor for creatures, it's just so good.
And you can cast that
it
a
puts
second
them-
time, too.
Yeah, and it puts it right onto the battlefield, though. You're paying 1 extra to go find it in your library and put it right on the battlefield. Anything like that is so good.
Great cards. Let us know if we missed any overperformers in green. I think we have a pretty awesome list here. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment your thoughts, and we always appreciate it if you subscribe.